Oh, hello there. My name's Farmer RAR, and I'm here to tell you about my new product called Farm Frenzy. Now, Farm Frenzy lets me shoot old bits of junk into my arch nemesis, Farmer MacEnchiez's property. So you can see here, use these targets to then fire all manner of junk into his farmyard. Beautiful. Now, these crosshairs are how you select sounds in Farm Frenzy. What you do is you move them left to right or up or down, and the sound changes. It's a bit more fun than flicking through a menu, isn't it? Each crosshair represents a different type of sound. So crashes are, well, crashes with big tizzes and explosions and the like. And booms are enormous subsonic earthquakes. So yeah, that's them. And then particles, they're sound designy clouds of noise. And the sustains, that's quite smart. Now the sustains are just the crash sound, but they extend forever, so you can pump them with the LFO in the instrument. That will drive him mad. Right, I'm now going to solo the sustain, show you how you can select different sounds across the instrument. So here we go. Right, look, listen. Good that, isn't it? There you go. Right, now I've put in 100 of each sound. And then you can see that when you move the cursors down at the bottom of the screen, it'll change the sound, show you where you're at. So it's pretty straightforward, really. Check it out. Now let's quickly talk about my favourite control, excitement. Because who doesn't like excitement, right? This is a macro control that controls hundreds of parameters in the background. Well, you know, maybe not literally hundreds, but it feels like it. So when you increase it, the sound gets more harmonics and more excitement. There's a little warning pops up when you first touch it. Just save the instrument again and it's gone. Now dark and light are high and low pass filters. Whichever way you turn the dial, you either get higher or low pass. So if you turn it left, you get a low pass, and if you turn it right, you get a high pass, like this. Now the macro LFO controls will let you affect the speed and amount of pumping on the sustain part of the instrument. So you can use it like this. Check this out. Now let me show you all about advanced settings. Now you can get in here like this and you cause a right mess. Now on the top left of your window it will show you what sound you're messing with. First thing we'll look at here is keyboard on. That makes the playback of the crash, in this case, sensitive to the keyboard pitch. Otherwise it's the same pitch every time. So if I solo a crash and then play it on the keyboard, you'll hear the pitch change. Beautiful. This little puppy here is the link button. This makes the crash the master controller of crash and sustain, because you can link them, so it makes more sense when one pumps off the other. So there, that's how that works there. Get out, there we go. Beautiful. Now let's look at common parameters that all the voices share. So all the voices have filter controls for high pass, low pass, and they got resonance controls too. I also bodged in a distortion pack with drive, tone and volume. There it is. Worth noting that when the drive's at 0, the module's actually off. Of course, they're also bunged in a compressor, which has got threshold and ratio and attack and release. You know, wouldn't be right not to have that, would it? Also a WASD and an EQ with low, mid, and high controls. Then a pitch parameter too. Also put one of those fancy envelopes in there with the tap decay, sustain and release. Check it out. Also watching a reverb. It's got an amount control there. Listen to it go. Magic. Length. High pass and low pass. And finally a stereo button with a dial below to control the width. Check it out. Now the voices have also got some unique sounds, like crash and sustain have got a phaser, because it sounds good. Now if I solo the sustain, you'll see you've got an LFO control down there. Now, why is one down there, you ask? Well, it's so you can have more control rather than less, because you know more is more. So if you check them out down below, you see you've got a few more controls for the LFO, just for the sustain control right here. Check it out. Speed, amount of sine wave, also pulse width, and the rectangle shape level. Beautiful. These shapes will change the kind of movement applied to the LFO. Simple. Now if I solo the boom control, you'll be able to see a few things we can do there. Boom and particle both have a bit crush effect in them, with parameters for sample rate and bit depth, and you can fiddle with them like this. Check it out. Now being a nice generous guy, I added a pitch envelope too. Check him out down the bottom. We got attack, decay, sustain and release, but for the pitch envelope. See? Magic. Now the last one of these is called particle. Let's have a look at it now. I only went and put in a delay unit. Right there, look, loads of parameters there. Level, and yeah, check it out a bit how much you got. Check that. Ooh. Feedback, damp, high-end dampening, yeah, beautiful, check that, all. And the speed of the delay, you know, like you. Now I don't want to teach my grandmother to suck eggs, but if you want to leave the advanced section, all you do is you click on the exit button right there, click. Now right here, the randomize button will put each crosshair in a different position, letting you have new sounds at the click of a button. Click, 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 click. The link cursor button just puts all the cursors in the same position, which, you know, makes it easier if you want to fling around trying a few sounds with one movement. Now merge is an interesting one. What merge does is slightly crossfade all the surrounding sounds with the one that's right next to you. So if you got merge on, it'll slightly play other sounds around it. But if merge is off, you'll just get the one sound that you're on, like this. Below there's the voice control section. Now each voice has an on-off button. There's also a volume control for each voice, letting you get a lovely balance between them all. There's also a solo function for each on-off button. All you do is click Alt and click on it, and it clicks the solo on-off. Simple. Keyboard all on, that makes the keyboard control the pitch again, like you do on the advanced section, but this is global. Now if you think you're being nice to Farmer MacEnchiez, you can clear up his farmyard with a clear up button. That takes away all the mess. Shame really. Now if my beautiful GUI's too much for you and you want something more boring, well there you go. Click on the boring button and you get a much simpler display. don't approve of that at all, but if you like it, it's there for you. The mess control just says how much mess you put in the farmyard. I'd obviously have it up full, but you know, you can decide how much you want. Doesn't affect the sound none anyway. Now at the bottom, there's also 10 user-definable quick save locations. So what you do is you click on the button that you want to save, so that one there, and then press quick save, and then it saves all your settings on where everything is on the grid and stuff. Beautiful. If you want to load one, you just click on it and do quick load. See, you know, it couldn't be easier. Shouldn't be saying it, but there are some Easter eggs to find if you have a look in the GUI. So have a little fiddle and email us if you find any. www.rattlingraw.com. Thanks for watching.